Lost River Gold, LDMA, Oconee Camp, South Carolina. It's about the storm. Just got done digging, field testing Spike's new box. I helped him design it. I think it's pretty good. So, y'all hit them channels. Lost River Gold and Spike's prospecting equipment. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell to get the notifications. But like I said, once again, LDMA, Oconee Camp. Figured I'd give you guys a little walkover of what to expect if you were to come here. This is camping area. Camping area goes back that way too. There's some digging piles up here. I am not going that far. This is camping area also. I'll give you guys a walkover of the creek. That way you know what to expect if you come. We just got done running the equivalent of, I'd say 2.5 to 3 1/4-inch classified buckets. And maybe got, I don't know, 8 to 11 little specks. The creek right through here in the deepest spot is probably about 6 inches deep. Not really much to run a box with. You could probably run a box down on the corner down there. You could probably run a high banker. I'm not sure if you're allowed to run a high banker here. I guess they've got different regulations at this camp due to some of the watershed issues and reservoir, yada yada, fun stuff. But gold's not so hot, guys. This is my 3rd time coming here, and each time I find gold, but a lot of dirt's got to be moved to get a very minute amount of gold. There's a bar. This bar was here like 3 or 4 years ago when I first came through, right here. And I tested in different spots on it and got gold, but once again, far from spectacular. There is gold here. You will find it. But if you're just looking to go camping and get a little bit of color in your pan, it's not so bad. But if you're digging to get that smiley face in the pan, don't quite think you're going to do it here, guys. See what I did? These 2 big boulders. This one is sitting in that hole. I dug out of that a little bit. I don't know if I got anything or not, but this boulder here was right there, and that's where I dug from and got the 8 to maybe 11 pieces. I had to pull those out to make a dam so we could have sufficient flow for sluicing. Another thing to keep in mind if you were to come out here, call ahead of time and ask them how the water levels are, because I'd say if the water was much lower than it is right now, you wouldn't have much luck running a box without a pump. And also, I definitely check and see if you can high bank. I know dredging is a big no-no at this location, but I see high bankers, not at the creek, so I'm guessing that folks are using them. Oconee, LDMA. Give you guys a good little walk over of the creek. Here's an access spot for the camping area. I didn't see any real bathroom facilities or anything like that, just a porta-john. It was pretty clean. It didn't stink when I walked in there, so that was cool. Here the water is about, not that deep. Probably about 8 inches. 10, 8 inches or so. You could run a box through here. This might be a decent area. I did a few test pans up here, but I didn't find anything. But when the gold's as sparse as it is here, panning is a bit of a headache. Not really worth it at all. But this would definitely be a spot to, you're gonna come and sit for a while and punch a hole. Right here would be a good area to do it. Then up here, bedrock starts to become exposed. And there's a waterfall. The bottom of it's right there. The top end of the waterfall has a big backwards, upward, facing towards the flow of the creek cut. I'll show you here in just a minute. So the way that it's been dug out, any kind of flooding right now, unless it were to completely fill that void up that's above the waterfall, there's no new gold getting put down in here anytime soon. Not until that happens. And it looks like it's getting dug pretty good. So could run a box here. This would be a good area to dig out. There's a bar, a washback bar, and the waterfall is right there. You can see the water is coming from that way. So all this stuff right here on the hard inside should have some decent gold in it. No, not that I'm not saying that this place has decent gold. I'm not saying that it doesn't either. But if there was a lot of gold in this creek, there would be a lot of it right there. A little more than the rest of the spots. Now right here, this is bedrock. That is bedrock. So this waterfall, what I'm walking on right now is really light sand that's just on the bedrock from the waterfall where it washes out. And oops, look what I found. Somebody lost a scooper. Looks like it might have been in here for a while. So this is the waterfall. We're about knee deep right here. And a little over my knees. The rocks are slicker than frog snot. But I'll show you what I'm talking about. Right here, this big lip. It drops down probably about 3 feet right here on this shelf of bedrock. So there's gonna be no new gold put in down here until this gets filled up. Floods fill it or something, and it's able to actually send dirt over it. But I'd say potentially, if you were able to dredge here, if I was able to dredge here, I'd get in here and follow this. I'm not sure if you guys can see this line. That's a spot where the bedrock is poking up like this towards the water, doing the same thing as it is here. So I'd say that potentially could be fairly well loaded over gold if you could separate that, crack it, bust it up, and get down into there where dredges can't get. But that's the end of the creek as far as I'm taking you anyhow. I think you can go up a little bit farther. But I'm sure you get a pretty good idea of what's here. Oconee Camp, LDMA, South Carolina. Hope everyone's having a good summer. Hope everyone's having a good season. Heavy pans, Lost River Gold. I will be back. Somewhere with better gold, guys. Heavy pans.